Hello, my name is Scott Matson. I'm doing a quick video here, introduction to CRM, and a brief demonstration of some features that should exist in a CRM package. My background, I've been doing this for over 30 years. I've worked in many industries, including retail, financial services, banking, telecommunications, waste management, online services, theme parks, just to name a few. If you would like to contact me, feel free. I'm on LinkedIn. Also, the best way to get me is through my email right here. We're going to go start with what is CRM, do some CRM goals. What are the goals of CRM? Then we're going to do a demo of CRM features using an application called the CRS system. Okay, what is CRM? CRM is customer relationship management. CRM is a set of business processes and applications that manage the relationship between a business and its customers, prospects, and suspects. Prospects and suspects are marketing terms. Suspects are people that you believe, because of demographic or psychographic makeup, could be interested in your product. Prospects are people who've shown some sort of interest in your product. Maybe they've called you, emailed you, or whatever. In some way, they've shown interest in your product. And customers are obviously people who've purchased. CRM software will interact with every department within your organization. Here's a list of few. Especially marketing, sales, and customer service are very important cores to your organization, because they keep the people happy and keep the sales coming in. From an application point of view, CRM should be the single repository of knowledge about your suspects, prospects, and customers. Very important to have all your data consolidated in one place. I've seen big improvements, just by consolidating your data and putting it in one single source. I love this quote. CRM gives the customer the impression that they are visiting a local shop where a friendly seller greets them, knows their name and shopping habits. They know exactly what they've already purchased and what other products they might be interested in. That really defines what we're trying to do with CRM. I mean, we're trying to make the people feel welcome, trying to make them believe that we're more than just selling to them, that we're actually interested in what they need. CRM goals. First goal is to improve customer acquisition. Marketing is the source, drives leads into your system, and your CRM must help you monitor and make sure you have an excellent ROI, return on investment. And this is achieved through a couple different things. First, excellent data quality, clean names, clean phone numbers, clean addresses, clean emails, deduplicated data. I can't tell you how important that is. I've doubled the close rates on campaigns just by providing clean data. When the salesman can contact somebody and not worry, did I call this guy yesterday? Did somebody else call him an hour ago? Are we going to upset this client because of bad data? Or calling data that just doesn't work. When you eliminate all that and your salesmen are confident and they're just worried about contacting the people and closing their sales, big improvements you can see. Advanced campaign management, I'll demo a little later. Marketing, reporting, analysis. Without reporting and analysis, you can never know that your marketing's working. You have to know that do creative tests, offer tests, message tests. All that needs to come from your CRM system. You need to be able to do that response analysis through a good campaign management system and good reporting. Sales departments responsible to close leads. CRM must manage the lead flow in a way to maximize sales. You need to give your sales managers, the ability to close leads, to make sure the sales team is working on the appropriate leads, and make sure that the leads are being worked by the correct people. In other words, if I have a skill and I'm able to upsell or cross-sell or acquisition or close cancellations or renewals, I should be working the leads that I'm trained in, that I work best, and your system needs to be able to route those leads appropriately. And as a result of all this is higher sales. Need to improve cross-sell, upsell, and retention. A lot of companies forget about data once they have it. They don't mine their data. Your CRM system must be the single source of data, must allow you to mine the data accurately. And by mining the data, you can send new leads to your sales team and increase your sales. If possible, your product structure must map your upsell path and also your cross-sells. If I own product A, what is my next likely purchase? Amazon does this better than anybody. You purchase a book on history and they, a couple of days later, give you an email of many, many books on history. Data mining, clean data, and automated campaigns will dramatically increase sales. Customer satisfaction, very important. The customer service module in the CRM system must give you the ability to track your customers' issues, route the issues to the appropriate people to fix the issue, follow up the issue to be sure they're resolved quickly, and follow up with the customer and make sure they're satisfied. The system should also generate reporting to management to enable them to see what kind of problems their customers are encountering so they can take the appropriate action to fix those issues. The result is improved brand loyalty and customer retention. Improved efficiency. Efficiency is achieved by integrated, intuitive, easy-to-use applications, automated campaigns, automated sales flow to the sales floor, and a single repository of customer information. Easy to use applications. A lot of CRMs out there overwhelm you with data, and they're just not easy to use. Also, the single source of data, very important to improve efficiency. And also in the campaign flow to your sales floor, you want to be sure the right people are working the right leads. Those people are trained to work those leads. They're doing the right thing. This results in higher costs and higher profits, or lower costs and higher profits. And as I've talked about several times, CRM must be the single source of data for your business. This will give you the data to efficiently mine your data, understand the strengths and weaknesses of your company, and react to changing marketing conditions. And once you understand your data, once you understand what your customers look like, it's easier to go out there and look for new leads, new sources of income. Some companies I've worked with, one company was almost 90% women purchased, and something we didn't expect when we looked at the type of business. And other companies are, 80, 90% male. You need to understand, you don't want to be marketing to teenagers when, it's white males who earn over $100,000 and own a home are the people who are buying your product. You need to know who's buying your product, and you need to look for more people like that, and data mining is a way to do that. This is just showing all the different departments that interact with customer relationship system, including marketing. The system I show you has an event thing. If you're running events, training, or sales events, whatever it happens to be, there's an event module. Your sales managers interact with the system, sales staff, compliance, fulfillment, which would include shipping, customer service, accounting, management, all interface with your CRM system. Getting into the demo, marketing is obviously the source of leads and campaigns for your system. In the tool that I'm going to demo, we have something called the Data Enhancement System, DES. The DES, or whatever CRM you happen to use, needs to be able to load data from many different sources. Marketing is going to go out and get list buys. You're going to get online registrations. You're going to have acquisitions. You're going to have event attendance, orders. All kinds of sources of data need to be put into the CRM system. I call it the data funnel, where you essentially throw in names, emails, phone numbers, addresses, into the data funnel. It cleanses them, it dedupes them, standardizes the phone numbers, the emails, the addresses, looks for movers, households of data. I'll show you examples of that in a little bit. And also does compliance for Federal Trade Commission, FTC, do not mail, do not email, do not call, all the rules around do not call. Also vulgar identification and suppression, and jails and prisons. You don't want to market to someone registering from a jail or prison. Marketing also has a campaign management system. And this allows you to have triggered or ad hoc campaigns and really leads into your reporting, which we've discussed before. Also, the system has to support segmentation, scoring, and models. I'm going to give you a quick demonstration of some of these things. This is our campaign management system. I'm going to bring up an upsell campaign here. This is an upsell campaign in our system. We control everything through a job number, which is essentially a campaign. Kind of links, different segments of a campaign together in a job. Channel in this case is telesales, and the type, this is an upsell campaign. Obviously there's a description. We track the creative and offer with an offer expiration. Almost all offers have some sort of expiration. There's a drop date, which is essentially when the campaign kicks off. We have an analysis start and end date. Very important for automated reporting. You need to know when your analysis needs to start and when it ends for reporting. The tails of different campaigns vary depending on the campaign channel. Direct mail might be measured in weeks or months, where email might be measured in days, and TV and radio will be measured in hours. And all those things you need to take into consideration when you're doing response analysis. Okay, I'm going to go on for a quick demo of some of the features of CRM system. I'm going to bring myself up here. I'm in here, down here. This is all demo data. I'll show you quickly householding. Click on the address button here. This is the household that I happen to have. I've got myself, Karen, and Helena in this household. I can flop back and forth between the different people in the household. Depending on who you're trying to contact, you can actually come out here and find out a lot of information about the household and make sure you're contacting the right person. Once you've decided who you're contacting here, you got a call history. This is every time I've been contacted. I was contacted twice on a win-back campaign. I got a busy signal and no answer, so you have the outcome of the call. Also have complete contact history. This would include direct mail, email, phone, registrations, anything, exchange of information coming and going back and forth to this client or the prospect would be contained in the contact history. Also attendance history. In this case, I haven't attended anything, but if I did, it would show what events I attended. Comment tracking. Comment type is really, I'm actually going to change this in this application. It's going to be department, and you could actually look at, comments from customer service or sales or marketing, and you could actually look at the different comments or view them all together. And it kind of gives you a good understanding of what's going on with this customer. Tickets, these are customer service tickets. These are complaints or any issues that you need to track with this individual. I'm going to just create a ticket real quick here. I'm going to create access to site denied, and I'm going to say forgot password, and I'm going to take a priority 1, and I'm going to follow up on it, and I'm going to make it an open issue, and I'm going to assign it to myself, and I'm going to say please reset password. And then I'll save this. And so this is recorded against this individual because I signed it to myself. Any second now I'm going to get an email that tells me that this has been assigned to me. And I get an email. Here's a ticket number. It's open, assigned by, or is created by me. Here's a category: access to site denied, forgot password, please reset the password, priority 1. So I can take action on that. When I close the call, emails will also go out saying that the call has been closed, or the issue has been closed, and that's the end of that process. Go quickly into order entry. I'm not going to talk too much about order entry other than the fact that it's the single view of the customer. You can view everything about the order right here. Briefly, I'll talk about payments. I'm an admin, so I have more authority, but this data should be encrypted in your system. We use AES 256, which has not been broken to my knowledge. We encrypt all the credit card information, and it would show up as stars here, if I happen to be viewing this, so there would be no security leaks there. Also, depending on my security, again, I'm an admin, so I see all this. But the salesperson, whoever's taking the order, might be able to tag the order as complete, which is the current status. If I'm a manager, I could come in and tag it as manager approved, or compliance could come in and put it as compliance approved, and which would mean it would be ready at that point for closing for accounting and closing that sale. Real briefly, you've got do not contact information in case the client asks not to be contacted. Just click this. Right now it's before 8 a.m. in the morning. Federal Trade Commission says I cannot call anyone until after 8 a.m. in the morning, so my call buttons are not displayed here. And this is also showing me the time zone that this person happens to be in here. So in 7 minutes, or a little less than that because I've been talking, the call buttons will show up here, and I can contact this individual. Let's go briefly through, let's come back. Let's come back here. I was just kind of hoping that it was 8 a.m. and it's not yet. I still got a couple minutes. Let's go back through the Salesforce workflow. Lead managers have something in our system called the lead management application, but this allows me to control what leads are being fed to the sales floor and who's getting those leads. You can see I have some batches of leads. The batches are set up here by campaign type. So I've got an upsell batch that has 21 leads in it, which is inactive, which means that no one in the sales floor can currently pull leads from this batch. I've got another upsell batch here with 5 leads that is active, so we can pull those leads from this batch, which you can see here. Tom Seaver and Jim Brown. This is me. I've actually pulled this lead and did a sale on it, and this one I called and got a busy signal. So the sales manager can actually look at the status of these leads and who's getting what. The controls for these leads are very important. One thing you don't want to do is set up this batch of leads and have a junior salesman show up early and pull all the leads from this batch and essentially waste the leads. So we have all kinds of limits and controls on these things. Number one, leads are only fed to people who have the skills to work the leads. Let me show you that briefly. Come in here and pull myself up. Here are the skills that I have. I have an upsell and renewal and cancellation skill. For upsells, I'm able to pull 45 leads. For renewals, 10, and cancellations, 5. So that could mean that I'm, very good at doing upsells and maybe learning cancellations, because I'm only able to pull 5 of those leads and have them open in my sales book at a time. I also have a maximum amount of leads here that I'm able to have in my sales book at all. If I hit that maximum, I have to work those leads and get them out of my sales book. There's also the priorities of your campaigns, which ones hits the sales for first, perhaps location, maybe only work leads in a certain region, get maximum leads by campaign, and maximum open leads by a salesman, which I've showed you here. So I would come into my sales book here, and this would be where a salesman would work most of their time. I can do a get new lead. I don't know if, see, there's no leads available. But if there was a lead available, I would pull that lead. These yellow ones are leads that I've worked, and they're past the time that I'm supposed to call back. So let's contact Jim Brown, great running back from the Browns. And as you can see now, it's 8:01, and my call button is available. So I can click my call button, and I could potentially be talking to him. Let's say I get a busy signal. It's automatically going to loop this call back in a half hour, and this is just set up as a default for a busy signal. And I'll hang up the call, and I'll go back to my sales book. And here's Jim Brown. He's scheduled to call back. The last call outcome was busy, so I know I can call him back. These three I have in my sales book, and I've not sold. Let's look at Steve Garvey, first baseman for the Dodgers, and let's give him a call. And while we're talking to him, let's say he's not interested. Tick not interested, and we'll hang up the phone. Go back to our sales book. Steve Garvey's no longer there. That lead has been closed as not interested. So this is how you work leads. These leads can also go into your Outlook, into your calendar, so you can view them there. I won't get too much into reporting other than to say your CRM system needs to have reporting. We have OLAP, multidimensional cubes, which really, one cube can turn into dozens, if not hundreds of reports. So that's a very important thing for us, how we go about our reporting. Real briefly, product shipping obviously would be part of it, of your system. And here's our event registration and event attendance applications, which I won't show you as part of this. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to contact me, and thank you. Hopefully this helped.